What's happening? What's happening? What it do? What it do? What it done did? Hey, check this out. You know, speaking on frequency. Speaking on frequency. See, we understand frequency is very necessary. You know, it's utilized through the conditioning or the well-being. You know, it's like a. I'm kind of looking at the frequency as being the membrane around the cell. All right. Now, what do we know about frequency? What we have studied, depending on what you have studied. But something, now, I'm going to ask what this looks like, or what would this appear to be to anyone who has a little bit more knowledge than me, or have been through the studies that I'm currently studying at this moment. Frequency, all right? Let's just say the frequency of the universe, all right? I mean, no, the earth. Let's just say this is the earth, all right? This is the frequency of the universe, and its frequency, whatever that is, whether it be 432 or whatever. Let's just say, okay, they say A4, or the letter A means 432 or 440. Nevertheless, here's an example. This is the frequency of the earth, let's just say, but not actually knowing, all right? Now, let's just say, and we're going to superimpose this being the 432, okay? All right, now let's just say this. No, let's just use this one. Let's say this, all right? Can you see that? Where am I at here? All right. This is the 432 for illustration. This is the 432, all right? Now, we've been, according to history and what people say without study, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying nothing is right, but you know, man knows not by being told. Nevertheless, here's the 440. Here's the 432. Now, if this is the correct measure for the humanity, right? Or no, let's say not humanity, but let's just say for the earth, all right? Now let's take this away as it's supposed to, or has been taken away. Now we have the 432 here, right? Now they stopped the 432 at, I think, 1939. I can be a little wrong up in there, but I think it's close to 1939. All right. After 1939, they switched the 440. Okay. I mean they switched the 432 to 440. They switched it to this. All right. And then a little bit, 14 years later, they made it the standard, the 440. All right. So now we got rolling around here 440 vibes. All right. 440 hertz. And 440 hertz a second. All right. For every second, you got a pulse of 440. All right. Flying through your photons, doing this work at 440 hertz, because that's what they say. Plants on certain music, right, on certain frequencies, it grows into that frequency, right? Okay, now let's bag up for a minute. We've been reared on 440. The natural frequency was not present at the 432 if we are presented with this right. Now check this out. We rolling at 440. Even though it looks messed up, I'm gonna show you a picture of it. Now let me just show it to you right now real fast. I'm trying to make this quick. So now understand what I'm saying. Now I need someone to point out in a little bit more detail that's familiar with it. Now check this out. This right here, right, is what we'll see. That's the 432, that's the 440. Hold up. Okay, it's the 432, the 440. You see how it would do all this in your cells. So it actually masks the nuclei. You know, only thing you see is the electrons if we looked at it in that manner. But it's still the same because it's masking. It's like chemtrailed the middle of the sun. You see, chemtrailing the sun through frequency. All right. That, the hell is that? That, I think this is 432. Right? That is 440. You see how cloudy it is in the middle? Once again, 432, 440. That sun is being chemtrailed within your cells. All right. Now, with that in mind, let's go back. This is the 432. This is the 440. 432 actually has been removed. Now you got 440. Now what happens to the 440, the DNA, the logic, the conceptualization, the comfort zone, and the what's the name? No matter what the frequency is, if this was the frequency of the Earth, I mean, if 432 is the frequency of the Earth, the what is it, the Schulman resonance or whatever, then check this out. 440 put you somewhere else. It probably didn't even put us on Earth. I don't know. Give me some information. Look, what I'm saying to you is, if you've been reared, DNA used to 440, right? Through all this time, it ain't impaired too many people. I don't think. I have no knowledge. But if you zoom back to 432, right, and combine them, and if you combine them, meaning listening to 440 and listening to 432, sometimes in and out, wouldn't that construct a little miscommunication in the application that was reared on the 440? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Normally, when you mix two or something, you get something totally different, right? If this was 440 and you reared to it, and your DNA is reared to it, your synopsis is reared to it, and you introduce a 430, I mean a 432, when you was reared off the 440, wouldn't that alter? Wouldn't that change the growth and development, the thought and the logic? I want to hear your anybody's answer to that. All right, can I get a response from that? All right, y'all. You know what it is. Science complying with self. All right? And getting some information because, I mean, logically, you would say, what would you say? Let me know. All right. At you once again. For clarity. All right. Peace.